What I'm going to do in this video is add color by adding a surface to my different components of my jet. So to do that, I'm going to go up here and I'm going to click on Materials Editor to add it. But first of all, I'm going to go to Photoshop to create my surfaces. So I'm going to create rather small graphics or little surfaces. This is going to be 50 pixels by 50 pixels high by 50 pixels wide. So I'm going to go here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create just a simple black one. That's going to be the color for my cockpit. So I'm just going to paint that in to make sure there's no color on the outside. And I'm going to save it as a bitmap format. So I'm going to call this one, I'm going to call this Surface 1. Click Save. Just accept the defaults here. Then my next color, I'm going to create just a gray for the general color of my jet. So I'm going to click OK, and I'm just going to paint over the top of that. Make sure I got it all painted in real well. File, Save As. And same thing, save this as a bitmap. So I'm going to call this Surface 2. Click Save. I already created it before, so I'm going to just color over the top of it, or save over the top of it. And then I'm through with Photoshop. So now what I'm going to do is go over here to my Materials Editor, and I'm going to add the colors that I need, and then I'm just going to drag them onto the components. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this little box right next to Diffuse, the gray box. Go up here to Bitmap, and this is how I add a material surface to the different areas. So this is going to be for my cockpit. So I'm going to click OK. And you see it, I actually had this one selected. So if I want to add that to my cockpit, I just click and drag it, add it right on top of there. Now notice it's gray. So what I have to do is I have to show this in the viewport. So I have to click right here that says Show Shaded Material in Viewport. And notice how it turns gray. It's almost like this first one over here. I should have selected that one before, but that's okay. I'm going to click this right next to Diffuse, add my gray color, which is my Surface 2. So I get a sample of it here in my viewport. Click Open. Then I'm just going to click and drag and drop that onto my different areas. So if you want to replace it, well, I don't want to replace my main color because I need to go back and fix that just a minute, but that's okay. And I'm just going to add that to these areas here, my tail. And then I'm just going to go back and re-add that to my let's rename that. New. And now I have materials added to my plane.